The Buzz with your host, Kathy Miller.
Good morning. Welcome back to The Buzz. I am your host, Kathy Miller. And on this segment of the show, I'm welcoming Life. Literacy is for everyone. We have guests in studio. That's Erica Dell'Oglio. She is the Life Director, and Woody Foster, who is a Life Board member. So welcome to the show this morning. Great to have you. Woody, I've known you for many, many years. You're one of my favorite business people and just favorite people in Cayman, I would say. So,
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
No problem. Great to have you on the show because I don't remember if we've sat in interview formats before.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's good to have you here. And Erica, we spoke just a few months ago, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah,
about 100,000 books.
Yes, which was absolutely amazing. You were telling me about the event that is coming up, which we're going to be talking about a little bit today as well. So let's just start off with basically the background for Literacy is for Everybody. What inspired the founding of this back in 2012, I think, right?
That's correct.
So the beginning of life, as we like to say, really it started from my Rotary Club of Grand Cayman Sunrise, and I was the literacy director at the time, or chair, sorry, not director, literacy chair at the time. And I wasn't really happy with the fact that really we were doing good things in the community, but relatively superficial things, and writing checks, if you will, and taking pictures and smiling with the check handover. And it's like, surely we can do more than that.
Yes.
And myself and another person who was on the literacy committee, Finley Joseph, started talking about, well, what more could we do? How much more impactful could we get? And we started getting things together, starting talking to educators, and really starting to feel the depth of the problem of education, because education is a really difficult topic. I know everybody loves to call into the talk show and criticize the politicians and the government that they're not doing enough, but it's not an easy topic, and all over the world it's not going amazing. Anyway, not to go down that rabbit hole, we could be here for a while. But we just started working on some things, and it was kind of floundering because it was getting difficult to find a way to sort of make a difference. But it wasn't until a dinner one night with a friend of my wife's who's on a directorship, a local one, and the chair or the owner of that, who has a company in Cayman, says he will match up to 3 times any contribution that any of his directors make. And I say, wow, that's amazing. I could spend that on education. You mind supporting education? Mm-hmm. And she's like, yeah, absolutely. And that was really kind of the genesis of really kind of getting us going, because now we were getting money in, not a huge amount, but some money. And then just one thing led to another, and we went out to try and find a director, and we actually found 3 ladies who none of the 3 were working, because they were spouses of people in the finances services, and they said, yeah, we'll come and we won't charge you. So we got 3 amazing ladies at the time who volunteered their time, and that really was the beginning of it. And the goal was how can we affect education in a positive way and not just write checks, and that was the start.
And you've seen yourself been able to positively affect education.
We have. It's difficult, and when you look back on the journey, you can see all of the amazing things that have happened. But then when you look at the whole of education, you can say, well, what have we done? So I think it's important that you look back and really take stock of what you have done. Be thankful for the contributions, because there have been many, and then just keep going and tweak and change and pivot where you need to. And I think one of the difficult things with education for me is that it's really hard to make a right now impact. So you said Erica was on the show a few weeks ago or months ago talking about the 100,000 books that we've handled. We don't really know the impact that may have had on a child for possibly 20 years, right? So a lot of what we do is on faith, and it's hard for, like, especially business people to do things on faith because they need to see metrics and numbers, and
Right, yes.
and so it's
Show me the
difficult.
data, yes.
So you got to just keep plugging on, and just keep going.
Yeah, and sometimes the result isn't exactly something you can measure by a data set per se.
I mean,
right?
you do need to. Data is important.
Yes.
I'm like big on data.
Yes.
But it's finding a balance. It's that kind of art and science.
Mm-hmm.
So the science is the data and the art's the touchy-feely stuff. And you can't have one without the other. They're both necessary.
I agree with you. Absolutely. Okay, so when we're looking at life's core programs and initiatives, can you tell me what those are?
Yes, well, they've also changed over time. But for the last nearly 4 years, we've really been focused in early childhood. And the reason for that is that there is a lot of data and scientific proof now around the world that if you invest in early childhood education, and not only those children, you're not just throwing a check or books, or it's the children and their carers, so their parents, their teachers, their caregivers. If we really invest in early childhood, you can change education outcomes. Again, that is not immediate. It's going to take time. But for the last 3.5 years, Life has really been focused in that arena. So we have our early childhood initiatives, which are Thrive by 5, and our newest program, which is Ready, Set, Grow. And do you want to know details about those? It's just really focusing on the children, removing barriers to learning through vision and hearing screenings, and we give books that go along with...
Can I plug you for a second?
Yes.
When we come to barriers,
Yeah.
in Cayman, is there like specific barriers to their learning?
Yes. So it depends. I wouldn't say that every child needs to go to a preschool, but every child deserves the best start in life. So if we're going back to the cost of living and all of those things and having a deeper conversation about that, parents need to work. There are a lot of single mothers on our island. And so having a space, a safe, warm, nurturing care space where children can go from birth to 5, because compulsory schooling starts at 5 in the Cayman Islands. If we have those spaces, children have a better start.
A safe and nurturing
space.
Those are two key words, because I believe it's between ages of 2 to 5 is your most kind of formative years.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
So we do continued professional development in certain preschools that we work with. The barriers to learning can be many. It can be access to resources and books, but also vision and hearing screenings that we have Optical Outlook and Cayman Hearing Centre, who very kindly support Life's work. They give back that way at no cost.
Wonderful.
So we have that. We have the paired reading program where our volunteers are involved. That's reading with primary school and high school students once a week. And that's one that's harder to measure. But it's definitely, you build a connection with the student. It helps with their confidence, and showing up for someone every single week can really change their lives as well through literacy. And then we have the book donations program, which that we spoke about last time, and that is really having access to books and literacy resources. So those are
I think
programs.
is awesome. I love the donation program, absolutely.
Yes.
And I think I told you last time you were here, reading for me was a bit of an escapism when I was a really, really young kid.
Yes.
And I know how much it impacted my communication styles, my writing ability. I think I told you I was years ahead when it came to the kind of books I was reading and writing.
Yeah.
And so that little impact on me, just when I was able to discover just books and reading and a whole new world there, and I was going to be a writer and all these things, right? It had a huge influence in my life, because where I am right now, I think it's absolutely shaped and influenced so many steps along my career path. And what started as just reading in like first grade or kindergarten to writing has brought me so many different opportunities. And I almost feel like it's becoming a bit of a lost art when it comes to reading. We're seeing bookstores no longer be bookstores. Audiobooks I'm terrible with. I've just started listening to them, Woody, and I used to be very
I
against
love them.
audiobooks.
I love audiobooks.
I love them in the
It's
fact that I'm not going to buy this
excellent,
book, but I'm going to listen to it when I'm getting ready in the morning. So
Yeah.
now it helps me in that sense, right?
Exactly.
But I want to sit there with a book.
Yeah, it's
suppose.
reading for understanding, and
Yeah.
also it's communication and comprehension.
Yeah, and it's
So,
different when you see those
see
words in
them.
front of you
Yeah.
as opposed to
Yeah.
listening. It's different.
And we
in that
know the
sense.
brain learns differently, and we all have different learning styles. Mine is definitely through listening more than
Interesting.
reading. So we're all different.
Yeah.
Well, I
But
think
it's
that's the
having
key, is right? That we
access.
are all
All
different.
different.
We
You
are.
can't just push everybody through one pipe.
No.
It's
Right.
got to be different ways.
So you were very happy when audiobooks came out.
Well, I was, but I like the efficiency of it because I can do two things at once. So it's good.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm starting to adapt to it, per se. All right. So how does life work with the schools, families, and basically the wider community?
All right.
Now, you spoke a little bit about the different programs that you have, but how do you bring in these partnerships?
That's through a lot of collaboration and working with our community. It's about being out there. We have a great team. It's a small team, but we also have many amazing volunteers. And it's being out there every day, building trust, meeting people where they're at, and working for a common goal. And there are many people in Cayman that are working for that common goal, and that includes our early childhood unit within the government, the Early Childhood Association, ARC, Rotary. We're all coming together for a common goal, and that's really how it happens.
Okay, well,
Yes.
I can see that because as what you
Yes.
explained, it kind of the idea started with Rotary Club, and then now Life. Is it an extension of Rotary, or is it just on its own now?
No,
separate
it's
organization?
separate. But Rotary continues to. They give us a donation every year. They help with volunteers. So they're still plugged in, but it's separate.
Okay, all right. The impact that Life has had on literacy rates or reading culture in Cayman. Do you have any insights for that? The 100,000 books is a thing, right? So we know that you've been able to at least replenish libraries in that sense and provide the reading resources and materials for students. But
I can answer that
Yeah.
question. I can't answer it as in literacy rates or how they may have increased. I can't answer it that way, but I can say what Life has done. I'm going to have to read it because they're numbers.
Go ahead.
So
I wouldn't have those numbers in my head at all. I
So
understand.
apart from the 100,000 books into the community through our early childhood initiatives, so far we've managed to impact 126 practitioners, and they've received continued professional development opportunities. 60 of those practitioners have gone on to get internationally recognized trainings through the Growing Brain and Hannon training, which we partner again with our community partners, which is the Wellness Centre and Chatterbox. We have also managed to give over 300 children the vision and hearing screenings.
Wow.
So that's been quite phenomenal because out of those children, a third to a half have been asked to get further investigating. It doesn't actually mean that all of those children have a problem. It just means that they have been flagged to just needing a further look. So sometimes it can just be a cold and blocked ears, but at least it's being seen at that time, which is such a significant time in a child's development.
Absolutely.
So
and it could, if
change
there
it.
is an issue, there was an underlying issue that the parent might not have known about, and we're finding out now
Exactly.
what a huge difference
Yes.
that will make in their development and their learning ability.
Yes. So we have had little ones that have gone on to get glasses and get hearing aids and support in that field. So we really feel proud of that we are filling a need there currently.
amazing.
So we've got that. The little children in the preschools that Thrive by Five runs do get books to build their home libraries, and we know how important having books in homes are. So over 5,000 books have gone into children's homes.
Nice.
They get little home libraries to take home, and that's all thanks to our sponsors, really.
Amazing.
So-
A home library is often the first place. A
Yes.
bookshelf is often the
Yes.
first place in somebody's home I will go to. I want to see.
You can
Might tell
check
me a
out
lot
what
about
we've got there.
But it's
Yeah.
interesting. It's just such an engaging kind of point with people.
Mhm.
So okay. Did you have more
Those are
share?
numbers, but yes,
Okay.
that's where we are. I know we're
That's
having
pretty amazing.
impact immediately there.
Yeah. How does it feel to know that where you started from to what you've been able to positively affect people's lives and help them with their whatever kind of learning disabilities they might have had when it came to literacy?
Well, I guess the easy answer is we feel great. So it is rewarding. It can be frustrating as well because you don't feel as if you're doing enough or you're making a big enough impact. But again, when you stop and smell the roses, I think we are. For me, when you feel the impact is when I'm in a store and some little child comes up and gives you a hug, and then you look down and it's like, who is this child? And says, oh, I used to read with her at Georgetown Primary. And that's like amazing. So, right, that's one of those things is like whatever problem you're having that day or whenever you're doubting that you're making a difference, it's like just all washed away. It's like, keep going.
They have associated you with a positive memory.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
That's an amazing thing.
Yeah.
So that's definitely an impact right
Yeah,
there.
for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, what about you, Erica? What is it like for you
So-
seeing the significance, the impact that the
Well,
program
I think
has?
it's the community also coming together. So a lot of what LIFE does is it advocates for better and for change, and just seeing how all the different non-profits and organisations are coming together to support individuals. So I can also recall one little boy whose life changed. He had a hearing, or has, he will always have a hearing impairment, but it was really the family and community and different non-profits coming together to support him. And he has been in a preschool where we do run the Thrive by 5 program, and he is being surrounded by that warm, nurturing, responsive care from the teachers as well as his caregivers at home. And it's really changed his life.
Oh,
And you
wonderful.
can see that he's been in there for just over a year now, and we get little reports like that. That's, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I
There's
also, now
little
part of me wants to say,
stories.
have any of the students given you any feedback? But I feel like there's that little hug that Woody got in Foster's, so, you know.
They do give their feedback.
Yeah.
Yes, even the older students, I think
Okay.
at John Gray, give their feedback. They like it when their teachers are listening to them about the books that they're really interested in, and the teachers sharing that with LIFE, and we're able, through all the book drives, to fill that, so that they also have, up-to-date, engaging classroom libraries, which is another initiative that we are very committed to, because books are important, but they're also always changing. So you need to keep up with
That's true.
what the students are interested in.
That's
And
true.
Again, an amazing volunteer, Erin, is always really on top of that. She knows what
Oh,
the
what to look
students
for,
need.
what's
Absolutely.
trending for the students per se. Gotcha. We're going to go to our
For
first
sure.
commercial break right
Thank
now.
you.
When we come back, we're going to continue our discussion with LIFE.
I'm Michael Webster.
And I'm Denise Brown of Cayman Insurance Center.
Family is not the most important thing, it's everything.
We have worked with the community and their families on protecting themselves for the future,
Whether it's providing top-rated life insurance,
or protecting your family's household investment.
from our family to yours, we understand and we care.
I'm Denise Brown. Call me at 814-7229.
And I'm Michael Webster at 925-5433.
We are Cayman Insurance Center.
Specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services at an affordable rate. We are Michael and
Denise at Cayman Insurance Center.
Call today.
Parents, if you're navigating the world of boarding schools, it can feel overwhelming. Dorm and Day are here to help. You don't have to do it alone. Whether your child is reaching for new academic challenges, looking to shine as a competitive athlete, or simply searching for the school that brings out their best, Dorm and Day are your trusted educational experts located right here in Georgetown. For 10 years, Dorm and Day have helped families just like yours to find the best fit schools with one-on-one support every step of the way. So why stress when you can have an experienced partner by your side? Visit dormandday.ky or call 936-3676 today. Dorm and Day, celebrating 10 years of opening doors to brighter futures.
Hey, Cayman, did you hear? The Cayman Islands folk singers are back. live in concert Friday and Saturday, October 24th and 25th at the Harkwell Theatre. And I try so come out and bring your family and enjoy a walk down memory lane with memories and melody, stories and songs to remember. And I don't want to miss this. I hope to see you there. The Cayman Islands Folk Singers in concert Friday and Saturday, October 24th and 25th at the Harkwell Theatre. Friday gates open at 6:30 p.m. and the show starts at 7 p.m. and Saturday gates open at 5:30 p.m. and the show starts at 6 p.m. Tickets are adults $15 and children $10 and are available at the Intergenerational Hub, Winner Circle Sports, and from any of the folk singers. Memories in Melody is proudly brought to you by the Ministry of Youth, Sports, Culture and Heritage.
Old Providence was a port he bound to save his life and crew.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Tired of burning cash at the gas pump and wasting time in traffic? Say goodbye to gridlock and hello to freedom with a Kimco scooter from Automotive Art. Trusted in over 100 countries, Kimco is now known worldwide for reliable, fuel-efficient scooters built to last. Perfect for Cayman's roads. With two models to choose from, the Agility 125cc for just $23.99 and the Agility RS Naked 125cc for $24.99. It's the smart, budget-friendly way to beat traffic and cut costs. Visit Automotive Art today and ride smarter with Kimco, because saving money should never mean slowing down.
The Buzz with your host, Kathy Miller.
Welcome back to The Buzz. I'm your host, Kathy Miller, and we are talking about life. Literacy is for everyone. I have in studio with me Erica Dell'Oglio. She's a life director, and Woody Foster, a life board member. We were speaking in the first 15 minutes basically about the formation of life, the impact of life, what it's done in the community, the different partnerships that are involved with making literacy is for everyone a success. And I want to know, because we are in the Cayman Islands, so we have a Caymanian culture here. There's certain books that are certain authors in Cayman that really capture Cayman culture and heritage, right? But when it comes to really looking at the people of the Cayman Islands, it is a big mixing pot of different cultures. How does life ensure that its programs and books are culturally relevant and that we're hitting those kind of pain points or moments in life that the kids here, the youth here, are really going to experience?
So we are a beautifully diverse community, and I would say that's where life does get it right. We spend a lot of time with our community partners, but working with government and education to make sure that the books that we put into the schools do link, when I'm talking about early childhood here, with the early childhood curriculum framework. So we get that, but it's not also only in English. We also try and get in other languages books so that all the children can see themselves represented, not only in the text, but also in the illustrations. So a lot goes into the resources and the books that are put into the schools so that the children can really relate to them. That I do believe we get right.
That's great. Do you work with any local authors or partner with any local authors?
So we do get their books into schools as well. And yes, we're always interested to hear from new local authors as well. And
that's awesome.
No, we definitely do that.
That's great. I love that. Okay. We're going to be talking about the conference that is coming up, right? So we have a literacy conference. give me the basic details here, the date, the theme of it. What is this conference all about?
Okay.
All right, Erica, go for it.
Go for it.
Erica was looking at you, just so you know. He wasn't looking at anybody.
But just so there's no misunderstanding today, Erica is the star, and I am only here for support.
Okay,
So
you're
she's
supporting
our
cast.
she's our executive director for a reason. She does an amazing job.
Okay.
Well, thank you, Woody, but it takes us all. We're a whole team here. But yes, so it's LIFE's first conference ever. It is a literacy conference. It is based on early childhood education, and it's Strong Start, Strong Future. It's on the 1st of November. It's a Saturday, and it's from 9 until 4 o'clock at the Kimpton Seafire. And you've just got to be there. It really is. It's for everyone. It's for everyone that is really interested in literacy and how foundational literacy impacts lifelong learning and future outcomes. So,
What inspired this conference? What was the need for it?
12 years of working in it.
Well, I think we've been talking about it for quite a while and doing it, but doing it and putting it together or wanting to do it and getting it done are two different things. But I think we're at a time in our history where we're ready. We have a super strong team, because that wasn't always the case. Because we were on a shoestring for a lot of it. Putting together conferences are not easy.
Oh, I know.
So we have a really strong team. We have some good backers right now, and just the timing is really good. And I think that also because the direction that we've taken over the last 4 years, which is to focus on early years and not kind of get pulled in a bunch of different directions, has also helped to keep our mind focused and help us to do the conference on this topic.
Gotcha. So who is the conference really geared for? Like parents, teachers, anything for the little kids?
No, nothing for little kids, really, but parents, teachers, educators, policy advisors, business owners, really everyone, because early childhood literacy, like that being the foundation of all lifelong learning, is going to impact you if you own a business like Woody, if he's going to employ people that are going to have children, and just understanding the importance of that time period. It's not just daycare. So it really does. It ties into everything, and how that really strong foundation does lay the path, so to speak, to our workforce and actually a stronger Cayman.
Well, I think that's the real crux of everything that we're going to talk about on Saturday, is putting in people's minds, not so they just say it as a generic thing that early years is the foundation. I think everybody just sort of says that, but we're going to spend a whole day focusing on that is correct, and that you actually need to understand that and absorb that, so that you're willing to spend the money and the resource and the time and their energy into making early years the foundation and not just daycare.
I guess if there's real key points that you want people to come away with, and in the sense that the early years are foundational, but you don't want them just to know that, you want them to know why it's so foundational. Could you share what some of those key points would be?
Take action. We'd like people to take action.
Well, yeah, but it's hard, right? So, and not to go down in another rabbit hole, but the cost of living is a part of the problem, and we will see that. And I don't really want to talk about it at this point, because we'll talk about it at the conference, but that's all a part of it. And it's when we can get the message out that is a part of the issue, again, we can focus our minds differently to how we attack the problem, and how we all play a part in that situation. So it's not just thinking about literacy and learning, but it's around all the surrounding issues, the dynamics that go into preventing people from putting their time and energy and money into early years, because they have so many other issues. So I think this is an opportunity for us to put it in focus so that we can keep it top of mind.
Okay, I feel you and I agree with you on that, to put it into focus, because once you get all the people in there and the minds going, and those that are contributing to solutions, and how can we make this better? How can we all make this this program, Literacy is for Everyone, really, really work and see even a greater impact than what you've done so far, which has been pretty incredible. I think it's a good way to get people together and to get those kind of steps in action, because we can talk about it, but it's providing ways and solutions to move forward. And we're not always going to get those solutions unless we're talking about it with everybody else that's there, right? So we need to have these kind of focus sessions in that sense, and to get a better understanding of what everybody is kind of grappling with out there. Could you share how the conference program structure is going to be, like a little bit of the program for the day?
Yes, we can do that for sure. We're going to have KPMG present a research report, which we are not going to share anything about today on the radio. That is,
Woody touched on it.
Have to come. LIFE commissioned it. They conducted it.
Okay.
And it really is on the state of early childhood education in the Cayman Islands.
So later I can maybe get a copy of it? I don't know. If it's just with LIFE, I got it.
November.
On the day.
Oh, that's no problem. Yeah, no problem. Okay.
Yes.
So it will be published to the public.
Yes,
Okay.
afterwards.
Wonderful.
Yes, so that will be shared. We've got 2 focus panels, discussion panels. That one will come after the Stacey Scott's presentation of the research report. We have Dr. Dan Worry coming over from the US. He is an author but also a leader in early childhood education, to discuss his topic, which is not just about daycare. It's not just daycare. We've got Dr. Shannon Seymour, who will be a speaker, Dr. Nicola Williams, who is also a phenomenal, just full of so much information, and also all the science behind it. So we have
Minister Anglin.
I was about to say Minister
Anglin,
Anglin's going to be there, and he will be able to share what the government's stance is on this sector.
Right, education is his remit, so yes.
Yes.
That's his ministry.
So
Okay, wonderful.
it's going to be an exciting day.
I think so.
But you do need to register. It's a free event.
Oh, wow.
But you do need to register because it will help us to understand numbers and food.
Oh, yeah, which is a very expensive part of the conference planning. So, yes, understand that. Well, I can't believe registration is free. That's absolutely amazing.
So you can go to lifeconference.ky and register there. Please register.
Definitely register.
So it's really simple. Life Conference, one word, .ky.
Lifeconference.ky. That's where people can register, and absolutely free.
Yes.
Parents, educators, policy advisors, people working with children, anything like that. It would be open for them for that.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to go to a quick commercial break right now. When we come back, we'll continue talking about our discussion, get a few more details about the Literacy Conference coming up on the 1st of November.
Cruise into summer with expert service from Automotive Art Cayman. More than a retail store, it's your one-stop auto care shop. We offer paint, detailing, accessories, wheels, Yamaha parts and products, batteries, tire repairs, tire changes, and more. Need top-tier shine and protection? Grab Gliptone detailing gear, Chevron synthetic oil, and Axiom car care kits. Get expert service with premium products all under one roof. Wherever you cruise, make your pit stop at Automotive Art first. Find us on Shedden Road and follow us at Auto Art KY on Instagram and Automotive Art Cayman on Facebook.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Rotary Central Cayman Islands, in association with the Cayman Islands Health Services Authority and the Lions Club of Tropical Gardens, present East to West Health Check. Free for you, free for all. Free blood sugar, cholesterol, blood pressure, body mass index screening and assessment. Free physician's consult. The 14th Annual Rotary Central Diabetes Awareness Screening. East End Health Center. Cost You Less West Bay, A.L. Thompson's Home Depot, Georgetown. Saturday, November 1st, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The East to West Health Check, a Rotary Central community initiative.
Social media, X, formerly Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Interact with our talk shows on YouTube. Download our official Radio Cayman app, or you can log on to our website, www.radiocayman.gov.ky. You can also add us to WhatsApp
on 925-3261.
All the latest information, breaking news, community events, and more. Radio Cayman. The Buzz with your host, Kathy Miller.
Welcome back to The Buzz. I'm your host, Kathy Miller, and we're just wrapping up our segment here with LIFE, which is Literacy is for Everyone. And my guests in studio are Erica Dell'Oglio, she's the LIFE director, and Woody Foster, who's chairman of the board for LIFE. Now, we were talking about the upcoming literacy conference, which is on November 1st, Saturday, November 1st, 9 a.m. to, I think you said 4 p.m. at the Kimpton Seafire. Yeah. It's a wonderful venue. It's absolutely free to people. You can go to lifeconference.ky to register for free again.
But we do need you to register. Yes. Please register.
Yeah, we do. You don't just roll up on the day of, guys. Well, some people do in registration.
That's okay. We're happy to have you, but we would prefer registration.
You don't want 200 people
to show up. It just gives us an idea of kind of what we're looking at.
Yeah, numbers.
You want to plan for 100 and we get 300. Exactly. So that would be great.
Yeah. You might not eat anything, but it would be great. Okay, so you were telling me a little bit about that program, and as you said, there's that KPMG report that is going to be unveiled at the event, right? That is going to be published after the literacy conference.
That's correct.
Which I can't wait to get my hands on now. But is there any insights that you can share? Maybe 1, 2, or 3 points from that report that you can kind of tease our listeners with? At least one.
Well, I will say that it's obviously Cayman based, but they went out to industry, so it's not just looking at Cayman and benching it against Cayman. We're looking at other countries as well. And so the benefit of getting one of the, say, big four is that they have offices all over the world, and they can then tap into that expertise and that data from all over. So it gives us an opportunity to go out and look at what others are doing, good and bad, and then say, well, here's Cayman, right? So it gives us that. So the report will have that in there.
So it'll be able to kind of show on that literacy level where Cayman is in comparison to like a global snapshot, other countries.
In some contexts, well, you do have to take that with a grain of salt, because everybody does things differently. So while you can take a snapshot of data, it doesn't think of it as Instagram, where you look at Instagram, you look at this pretty picture, but it doesn't tell you everything that went into it and everything that's surrounding it, and so it's not really real. You got to be careful where you just simply look at data. You need the context behind what goes into it, because laws are different, cultures are different, and so it gives you a little bit more in depth of that. Hopefully we paint a good picture,
right?
In terms of reality, not paint a good picture for good picture's sake, but of reality.
Right. That's a very good point, because sometimes we just look at data that we care is going to help prove our point or support our point per se, right?
Yeah.
So just being realistic about all the data that is out there.
Yeah.
And as you said, keeping in mind the different customs and cultures and ways of doing things around the world.
Yeah.
So, you can't measure things exactly per se and how another country's doing it. They have their own methods per se. Okay, so is there going to also be any kind of workshops or like breakout sessions?
No, not on this one.
But
I think it's really going to be engaging enough for it not to be like that.
What do you hope people most take away when they go to this literacy conference?
I hope they go away being more informed, but also ready to take action and feeling empowered to take that action, because they now know more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And whether it's on a national level, more of a segmented level, or just on your personal capacity, because a lot of people have children. So you can choose, right, of what part you want to play in that. And I don't know that any of it matters any more or less than anything else, because it's all a part of it, right? Even if you only help one person and that person goes on to do something else, it will have been worth it, right? So just do your part. So
yeah, I agree.
for me, it's just doing your part, whatever that might be.
I love that, Woody. And I love that you said that, because I wanted to remind you from when you said sometimes you don't know if you know the impact. And I was going to say, man, if there was even one person's life that you changed, you absolutely made a huge impact right there.
Absolutely.
So I'm glad that you even you knew that innately. You knew that was a thing. So, and you're making a difference. I mean, you said you had those students come up to you and fosters give you a hug. So there's that connection.
I think, yes, if you speak to our volunteers, they also say those things. So that's a common thread.
It's true.
How important or integral is your volunteer group with initiating all of LIFE's programs, getting this conference together? How much do you rely on them?
It's a life force, really.
No pun intended.
No,
we do those puns all the time.
Unintentionally, actually. No, volunteers are always so appreciated, and we do need volunteers for our conference. We will go out to our volunteer base first, because our volunteers go through an onboarding process. So we have registered volunteers that we will be asking first if they can support in different ways. We have Tower, who are doing all the logistics and arranging the conference for us, so we have a good guide there on what we need and when we need those volunteers. But yes, we do need them, and we are grateful for them every day.
And those important volunteers that write checks, they might not necessarily get in there, but we need those as well. Again, everybody has their part.
Right.
Everyone plays
the writing check volunteers, yes. So talking about the sponsorships, it does cost to put out a conference. We know this from experience. So when it comes to the partnerships that you're seeking to help put this conference together, can you talk about how those collaborations have happened?
Well, we have an anonymous donor that helped us get started with this conference.
No way, really?
Yeah.
So we're very grateful to them. We have Rotary Central.
Awesome.
We have DART, Cereba, Tower, CLRE, SPC. We have Khan. We have Maples, Wheaton, Precious Metals, and many more. If you go to the conference website, you'll see a whole list of the sponsors that have come on board so far. But there is still space to have more.
I would just like you to introduce me to the anonymous donor. It'll help me with the stuff I'm doing out there. Also to benefit Cayman. So we'll see about that. But that's pretty awesome. I like that.
We
like
also
that
have some anonymous families that support us too. They just want to support us, but they don't want to have their names.
You just kind of looked at Woody, so I don't know if. But okay.
No, I was just telling him about. Yeah.
I wouldn't call you out like that. Subtly. No, even if you are, you can. It's an awesome thing to be a part of and to help support, for sure. With the teachers that you're working with out there, and the educators, what has their response been to you? And are they still saying, we need this, we need a little bit more when it comes to the books and literacy programs, or we're seeing kind of shifts in learning? Are they sharing any of these thoughts with you?
They do, yes. Yeah. And the answer is yes, they do.
Elaborate a little bit more.
A bit more support with books, with resources,
with training.
That's what I was going to say. Yes, with continued professional training, development training. So that is key, I think, in many areas in literacy, but also with special needs education. Yes, training is something that is very much on the top of the request list.
And because AI is a topic that I cover quite often on the Buzz, actually, I like to have different discussions on it. There is the fear that AI is just going to make us kind of stop thinking, that we don't have to necessarily read or do the hard work, that AI is going to do the brunt of the hard work for us. And for me, I do have a bit of a fear that some things are going to be a lost art, like writing, for example, just handwriting. I have a bit of a fear with that. So is it safe to say that fear is also kind of emanating towards books and reading? Are we just leaning towards digital more?
Well, I think probably at this stage, I mean, who knows? I guess it's easy to put your mind in that direction, and that's where we keep hearing it. That's where it's going. But until it happens, we keep going with what we do and what we know, which is people still matter. We still need our teachers. We still need our administrators. We still need the people to think about what we're doing and guide us in the right direction. And I don't think AI is going to take that over, at least right now, right? It's still developing. It's still doing its thing. It's an amazing tool. But if you don't watch it, it can give you really bad information, right? So there's still the distrust on there. And I do believe, possibly naively, that people will always matter. And so part of what we do is working in the trenches with the people that really matter, because they are the ones that are minding our children. And you don't think about that in that context, because you got to go to work, you got to keep busy, you got to earn money to put food on the table. And as long as your child is with somebody, we're good. But that person is helping to raise your child. Yeah. So it's important that they're in a good space and that they have the training, and we feel we play a part in that. And so I don't think AI is going to take that away anytime soon.
I think that's a beautiful way to end this segment. You still have the faith and the trust in people. We have to invest in people. 100%. And that's what you guys are doing from very, very early ages. So.
And we're making sure that conversation is out there so that people know how important people are.
Absolutely. Well, wonderful. Thank you. If you have any closing thoughts you'd like to leave with our listeners, please do so now.
No, thank you.
Just thank you.
Yeah, and appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you for the opportunity to
register.
Be here.
Register.
Please register.
Lifeconference.ky, right?
That's correct.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me on The Buzz this morning. It was great to have you. And we're going to go to the 9 a.m. headline news, and I'm going to have a little bit of open line after that.
From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines.